Everyone knows about Benjamin Franklin, but very few people have ever heard of Franz Mesmer. What inspired you to write about these two men in particular?
So, when I first came across the story that I tell in Mesmerized, I could not believe some other writer hadn't gotten there ahead of me. I mean, this is a true story that had everything. First of all, it had Benjamin Franklin, who was not just really, really famous, but also really, really fun. I mean, this is the guy who wrote a scientific paper about farting because he thought that other scientists were taking themselves a little bit too seriously. And then you have his adversary, Dr. Mesmer, who's kind of like Professor Snape in real life. I mean, he strides around in these flowing robes, he's brandishing a magic wand, he's controlling people with his spooky powers. Dr. Mesmer takes himself extremely seriously, and so do lots of other people, even the Queen of France. But Franklin has a secret weapon that can slice straight through that fog of mystery surrounding Dr. Mesmer. And that secret weapon is the scientific method.
When writing books about historical figures, how do you start your research?
So I'm not a scientist myself, but there's one thing that I've learned from writing lots and lots of books, and that is never be shy about asking for help. The world is full of people who are experts in their field, and most of them are happy or even thrilled to share what they know.
You use the scientific method to show the steps Benjamin Franklin followed when investigating Mesmer's new medicine. Was Franklin's use of the scientific method something you read about in your research, or was it something that you chose to include for another reason?
So when I wanted to explain the scientific method, I made sure to check in with a real scientist so that I could get it right. I do lots and lots of research for my books, but I would have to say that the kind of sources that I really like the best are the primary sources, because they're sort of a time machine. I get to go back and see what people actually said and thought. So for Mesmerized, I found a copy of the actual report that Franklin and the other scientists made to the King of France. So I won't spoil it for you if you haven't read the book yet, but I can tell you that if you've ever used a blindfold in an experiment, maybe for a taste test, these are the guys who thought that up. So I hope you have as much fun reading Mesmerized as I did writing it. If you ask me, there's just really never any reason for history or science to be boring. But you don't have to take my word for it. See what this guy thinks.